Hi, today I'm with Daniel Polson from ADAMA, and today we're going to talk about Trivor. Trivor mainly is for mealybug, so probably to start it, do you want to give us a quick rundown about the life cycle of mealybug so we know what we're dealing with?
Yeah, sure. Mealybug's becoming a really big problem throughout all of Australian horticulture and in different crops and certainly in viticulture for table grapes and wine grapes. It's really been enjoying the last 20 odd years of warming temperatures. Its upper threshold is around that 35 degree mark, and lower threshold for development of life cycles around 15 degrees. So in general, it's the temperatures have been sticking in between there, and we've been seeing mealybug development increasing through lots of these crops. Generally, mealybug in wine grapes will come on after flowering, and they'll progress through their life cycles. They'll have several different life cycles. The females will lay up to around 100 eggs, and they need around 200 to 250 degree days for full development of their life cycle, which tends to take, in the warmer months, maybe 20 to 30 days. So once things really start to warm up, that's why suddenly in those really warmer months you might see down here in Margaret River in the southwest of WA, suddenly you go, where did they come from? Well, they've been there, hidden under the bark and hidden under the thin bark of the first year canes as well, and certainly in spur positions. So their evolutionary development, and they've evolved to survive and be successful in this microculture that we provide for them. And so yeah, they're very well adapted to the environment that we provide for them, and tend to do really well in those warm, humid years.
Right. So the use of Trivor, at what stage would you use it, and then compatibility and coverage, etc.
Yep. So we try to hit them at their most vulnerable life cycle. So as I said, those life cycles are kind of going through as things start to warm up, and they usually have about 3 nymph stages, and in those nymph stages they go through metamorphosis, and they start as a very small soft-bodied crawler, and the female will lay those crawlers as a live crawler. Other mealybug species are egg masses, but when you see all the fluffy white mealy, hence their name, that mealy mass, that's the crawler very early first instar, and they're very vulnerable with them, but very hard to hit because they're usually underneath bark. So you need to wait for them to get active around the start of flowering, and so we try and hit them at that vulnerable life stage before they get hard and waxy and become fully female. So that's usually at that start of flowering period is the ideal time to use Trivor.
Oh, perfect. And so it's compatible with most products? You don't have to use wetters or stickers or anything?
No, you don't have to use any wetters or stickers. It's highly compatible to all the industry standard fungicides. So you can throw it in the tank. We haven't found anything yet that it doesn't mix with. What we do say to people though, especially in the cool climate regions where often they're under a VSP system, the canopies are quite lean, they might even be shoot thinned, they might even be leaf plucked, is just to make sure that they're using a concentration factor to get the concentration of the chemical up in tank, and not to underdose. If they're going to go out and do the job, they may as well go out and do it properly. And certainly it works really well too if they want to do an early program with a systemic like Movento, and then go in with an IGR like buprofosine at EL25, put the Trivor in there at EL19, and that's how they're positioned in the dog book, and that's the program that we've been encouraging people to use.
Right, fantastic. Okay. For any more information, just get in contact with me and we can discuss your problems and how to solve them with Trivor.